All right, welcome back, everybody. Jared, Bob, Spoon. He's perusing the news, I think. Yeah, you're like the update guy.
So one of us has to.
Yeah.
Our producer today is down and out right now.
We have. It's been a while also since we've drank on show too, but I guess this is what happens when you record on a Saturday instead of a Sunday.
On Saturday, not Sunday.
And
I got an afternoon. I got a matinee golf appointment.
What do you got in the cup?
Cup?
Yeah.
Bunch of semen.
Yeah.
Just like a nice big fucking semen cup.
Semen float.
Just semen with semen.
Well, in my cup, excuse on the YouTube show also, if you look at me, I am retarded. I am eating ice cream with a fork.
Nice job, idiot.
Because that's all we have for plastic utensils here. We got root beer floats. These actually, there's a little coconutty. I think it's because the ice cream is made with coconut milk, which
it's an interesting take.
That would check out.
Well, it's not knowing about the ice cream that makes a lot of sense.
But the root beer float tastes pretty good. It's obviously root beer and a whatever ice cream, and also some rum. So we will.
It's a pretty deadly combination, I will say.
Yeah. So we'll see how this goes.
It'll go fine.
Yeah, it's only one. We only just started drinking.
I mean, I'll probably get up and pour more halfway through the show, but I mean, the bourbon is within arm's reach.
Oh yeah.
Which actually, the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel.
Yeah.
Is actually really good. So it's the same proof as the regular. It's not a It's not the barrel proof, which is also delicious. But this was really good last night.
It was. Yeah.
At Dubs, my liquor store plug. This was the only bottle they had, no price on the shelf, and I picked it up anyway.
Yeah, fuck it.
I think it ended up being like $55, which isn't bad at all.
Not terrible.
No, the barrel proof's usually like 65, so it was worth the run.
Yeah, I got fruity notes.
I just got good.
Yeah, it was definitely good.
Tasted good to me. This is just a regular Elijah
Is that
Craig.
regular Elijah Craig?
Yeah, we have regular, we have the toasted barrel, and a barrel proof.
Yeah.
This smells like nothing though.
Yeah. We're an Elijah Craig family now, apparently.
Never not liked Elijah.
Yeah, no, that's true. Elijah's good. I like Jeff. I've always been a big fan of Jefferson's.
Jefferson's Ocean's good. The some of those store picks are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Tastes like perfume sometimes.
Yeah. Who was it? Yes. Was it? I think it was Matt Gina. Was telling me he bought a bottle of bourbon somewhere. I forget which one it was, but it had a store. It was a store pick, and I forget. I'm blanking on what brand it is. But he said he paid like $50 for it, and I was like, wow, they fucking upcharged you on that one, because I think it was normally. Oh, it was Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare store pick, $50.
No. Now I know what it was. It was like 40 or 42, because I was like, normally it's like 32. I can get it for $32.
Yeah.
Down at Dubs. No free ads, but hey, whatever.
There you go.
And I was like, oh wow, you paid like $10 more just for a store pick. Which,
You
I mean, it could be.
But the store could just be expensive too, though.
That's
because sometimes Eagle Rare, they jack it up. Because I don't think it's quite allocated, but
yeah,
sometimes it's allocated.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like, well, some stores consider it allocated, but it's not like an allocated bourbon. Like, you typically get it.
Speaking of allocated, I think my favorite still of all time is Henry McKenna. It keeps winning every time we did the blind taste.
I do like McKenna. I like Eagle Rare. I like McKenna.
Yeah. They just went allocated this year, right?
Is that what it was?
Something like that.
It's weird sometimes, though. It's just some of these bourbons, they just become allocated, like, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Gotta check Luke's. Luke's, you always used to have Henry McKenna.
Yeah, Luke's a good spot.
Which I think it's the same distillery as Elijah Craig. I think it's Heaven Hill.
Okay.
But yeah, it just depends on certain stores.
Yeah.
Like, you need to, like, Dubs does a good job, but like, they never have Henry McKenna. So
No, they don't.
whatever supplier they use never has it.
Right. Yeah, so we're just coming off of another disappointing Bruins loss. This team fucking blows.
Are we gonna? I don't want to talk about it.
The only thing I want to say is that I called it. My prediction is about to become true.
It was lose all 4 games, sweep the first round. Sorry, all 3 games.
Yep.
Sweep the first round.
Yep. And then
lose in 5.
Yep. So we're about. I mean, I could go back and listen, or not. I don't know. Or
Dude, I think that was the prediction.
I think that might be my prediction. You know who's really good at that is Mike. So Mike, if you're listening right now, just remind me what my fucking prediction was, because he texted me afterwards and was like, "Oh yeah," or he said something. Oh, it was after they lost all 3 games in the round robin. He goes, "Dude, your prediction might come true," and I was like, "Yeah, man, I think so."
Boston Bruins.
Yep.
Tradition like no other.
Yeah, perennial letdown. I am so sick of that fucking team. But I don't want to talk about that. I just wanted to gloat that my
I'll give you
prediction is about to become true.
You're
They're
right.
about to get gentlemen swept.
Gentleman sweep. It was like the gentleman shutout today.
Yeah.
Can't let them score 1.
Yeah, you let the team have the first game, and then you proceed to beat them the next 4 games in a row. The good old gentleman sweep. So
I don't think the gentleman sweep is exclusive to losing the first game, though.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just you allow the other team to win 1.
Okay.
Make them feel good about themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, I'll allow that.
I think that's what it is. I don't think it's exclusive to the first game.
Yeah. We got a lot of sports now.
DJ -1 right now.
Oh, let's go.
I do like how, so last week, TPC lost in 30 under par.
Was
And
the winning
now,
score, yeah.
So we're doing this live, at 5:15 Eastern time, so 4:14 in Chicago,
Mhm.
there is 1 player under par, and
Yep.
it is 1 under par.
Right, and it's
It's
the
the same
third,
guy.
It's the 3rd round.
Same guy.
Same guy, yeah.
Yeah, on a Saturday. 5:15 on a Saturday.
So,
Fucking wild.
I mean, we'll see how tomorrow goes. But
Dude, the US Open might play easier than this, although it is Wingfoot.
yeah.
Wingfoot. I don't. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with Wingfoot, because Wingfoot, the last the last 2 that it's had was 1974 and 2006. I
Right.
would like. I don't know if they had one in between, but 1974 is called the Massacre at Wingfoot.
Yeah.
That's the name of it.
Yeah.
And 06 was real similar, where like no one finished close to par.
Yeah.
I think it was like, it might have been like 4 over, 5 over that won the tournament.
Jesus.
Yeah,
and that was Phil's meltdown.
But the reason it's been so long since they've been back, since 06, is the membership is like, you're fucking making our course retarded.
Yeah.
And like, that was one of the problems in 1974. They were like, you took our course and absolutely fucking abused it, and you made it something that it's like, this is an embarrassment to golf.
Right.
So the membership there is very powerful,
Yeah.
where they can say shit like that. Oh, they also played there in '84. I don't know what happened
Okay.
in 1984, but there was a Massacre of Wingfoot was 1974, which that was allegedly was in response to Johnny Miller's 63 the year before, and I think like 9 over par 1 or something. It was something.
Yeah.
It was something crazy, man. Something crazy, because they really, really fucking. 7 over was 1974 and 5 over was 06.
Yeah.
Which 7 over is the second highest, because one time it was +9 at the country club, but that was due to weather.
Okay. They don't play there anymore, do they?
The country club.
Yeah.
There was a USAM there in 2013, and the US Open's coming back.
Oh, really?
The US Open's coming back.
That would be a fun one to go to. I mean, I know Norton's down the street, but we also didn't get to go this year because of Corona. But
Yeah. Well,
we went last year.
yes, I made, or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
No, if as long as the world gets back to normal, I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna cost me, but
Right.
I'm going. It's the country club.
Absolutely, yeah. That would be fun. That'd be pretty cool.
I want to be on the grounds. I made the fucking mistake. Was it last year? I think last year the Mass Am was played at the country club, and I think spectators were allowed, but I felt awkward because it's the Mass Am.
Yeah.
Like, I've played in a couple of these things. There's never any spectators. So I felt awkward being like showing up there just to
Yeah.
walk the grounds and see what the course was.
You know
like.
what though? A course like that, I bet you there are spectators
There
for
has to
for
be.
that reason.
Because when else
People
are you
that
gonna get
just
out
want to
there?
walk around.
Yeah, when else are you gonna get out there? It's never.
The nicest course in Massachusetts, best course.
Probably.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe also New England. Well, maybe New England.
the 6 states, purely the 6, not including fucking the Northeast. Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Because the only other ones I could think of would be the where they play the Travelers.
nope, not that. So
I'm sure Greenwich probably has some fucking gorgeous courses.
yeah, so I don't know Connecticut that well. Rhode Island does have Newport Country Club.
Mhm.
It has Wannamoisett.
Yeah.
Those are pretty heavy hitters.
Yeah.
The Country Club is probably the nicest in Massachusetts. It's probably top 5 in New England, if not top 3, if not 1.
Right. Right.
It's incredible.
Yeah. So arguably the number 1 course in New England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you start rating courses too, it's a little bit of perspective.
Right.
Because it's an older course, so like the more traditional people, they're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be their shit.
Right.
But places that like a more modern course, a little bit different. But yeah, typically it's regarded as the best course in Mass. There's nowhere in New Hampshire, Vermont, or Maine that'll top it.
No.
Rhode Island could. Newport National is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Not National.
No, because we
Newport Country Club.
we played Newport National.
Like Newport Country Club might be billing us right now just by mentioning.
Yeah.
So, you know what? It's funny. I actually had a guy, and I was talking about courses or something, and he goes, "Oh, well, just have your pro call." He goes, "I had my pro call down to Newport Country Club." I go, "Newport Country Club or National?" He goes, "Country Club." I'm like, "Where they used to play the U.S. Open?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Do you really have a chance of getting out there?" He goes, "Yeah, well, our pro used to play in Rhode Island. He's got a lot of contacts in Rhode Island. Just have him make the call." There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
There's no way that you're getting on a Newport fucking Country Club.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Yeah, so we got that. We got, like I said, I would love to get to the country club. When did it say? Was it 2022 that it's going
What
here?
year is it?
It's
So-
2020 right now.
2020 they're at Wingfoot, so 2021 is somewhere on the West Coast. Yeah, so 2022.
Yeah, that'll be pretty solid. And then we have our first college football game today.
You know, I saw that. It's an FCS game, right?
Yeah, Austin, PA against Central Arkansas.
Pound the over.
Yeah. I don't even know what the fucking line is, but just hammer the over. I also don't know when the game is going. It could be going on right now, for all I know, too. I mean, you'd think the first college football game of the season, they'd put it prime time at night, especially in this kind of climate and this fucking world. But it is, again, Austin, PA versus Central Arkansas, so it probably played at like 11 a.m. this morning. They probably don't have lights on their field, wherever they are.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
I can't
so
believe they're playing.
we have college football. So I mean, I don't know what that says. A couple conferences already canceled their season. Like the Big Ten canceled their season.
Yeah, but now they're revisiting. They might
Yeah.
open it back up.
Yeah.
Also, Nebraska's suing the Big Ten,
That's awesome.
like the players, not the school.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow. The SEC is still playing.
they're definitely gonna play.
So a couple of is it the SEC and the Pac-12?
I think the Pac-12 is canceled. The Big 12
Okay.
has not canceled yet.
Okay, so
And
it's,
neither has the ACC.
so it's the SEC and the Big 12 have come out and said they're only playing interconference games this year. So like every SEC team is going to end up playing against each other or something like that.
The ACC has not canceled yet either.
Okay, so they may also be
And
doing
they
something similar.
may have absorbed Notre Dame for a full ACC schedule for this year.
Notre Dame fucking sucks. They're fucking
Well, they'll probably win the ACC.
yeah.
Oh, no, they won't. Clemson's. Sorry, Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson is over there, and the Knolls.
So,
Go Knolls.
here's what I thought should have happened.
Yeah.
Is the SEC, because the SEC was always going to play.
Right. They said that in like April.
Yeah, they said they were going to play no matter what.
The
They don't
commissioner
play.
of the SEC came out, Pete Corona, in like mid-April and goes, "Yeah, that's funny. We're playing football."
Yeah. So I didn't
His
know if
life
it was.
revolves around football, like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
football.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was gonna require a bubble situation, but how sick would this be? Take the 14 teams from the SEC.
Yep.
And then pull some others that geographically make sense, like Florida State, Clemson.
Yeah.
What does that give me? 16. So 16.
Mm-hmm.
Add in like an Ohio State,
Mm-hmm.
Texas, Oklahoma,
I think I know where you're going.
and like one other school.
Yeah.
And then have them play like an 8-game schedule or something. Maybe 10 games. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Whatever number makes sense. I don't make schedules. So have them play like an 8 to 10 game season, whatever. 18 playoff.
That. Yeah.
Just amongst those 20 schools.
Yeah.
Because whoever, the way I see this, whoever wins the SEC this year,
Yeah.
and if it's only conference play, no playoffs, they're going to claim a national title. They're going to do it. I mean,
Right.
it's back to like 1940 rules where you only played in your conference,
Right.
and then somehow national titles were given out.
Yeah. What conference is UCF in?
The AAC.
AAC. They're gonna claim national champions again.
Probably.
We're the best in the U.S.
Yeah.
The entire U.S.
Or it's gonna be like Florida Gulf Coast. They also in the AAC.
I don't think they even play football. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that would be sick, dude. If they took 20 teams,
That
put
would be.
probably a bubble scenario, most
Yeah.
likely a bubble scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do they do class? They're like, I know college kids don't do class.
Yeah. Let's be
Hey,
real. It's all
remotely.
online.
Oh yeah,
It's all
that's it. I
remote.
forgot they're not even
Yeah.
going to class.
Yeah.
Well, so they weren't going to class anyway.
Do you think they have to go to class?
What do you mean?
more?
All the kids on the football team had perfect attendance.
And GPAs, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they had 3.7s because
Well,
you can't get all straight A's
you
because
know-
then that's a little suspicious.
You know,
you have to throw a B- in there.
political. So obviously, political science is a very common major.
As
People
is
take it.
business.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean?
There were kids at FSU majoring in political studies,
Good.
a made-up major for football players.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta.
So that's my that's the thing is like school for the. So let's not pretend, dude. School's not important for these people.
No, it's not.
And
Especially the SEC kids.
especially the 20 say the 20 top schools or the 19 top schools in the country plus FSU.
I'm willing to bet, outside of Vanderbilt, none of those SEC schools are legitimate academic institutions. But I don't mean
They're
That-
they're
that-
barely accredited.
yeah, that makes it seem like they're fucking in shambles. But Vanderbilt is the only school that has really smart people.
Academic standards.
Yes, yeah.
Like if say the top recruits in the country are looking at Vanderbilt will actually look at their grades.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're kind of like the Notre Dame of the SEC, where they have academic standards and they won't take people just based off of their
BC,
athletic-
Notre Dame. How
Yeah.
does that work for them?
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
I think
Titles talk, baby.
because outside of that, I think Texas is actually a legit school.
Okay, well, if you take any of these schools, I know maybe not Arkansas, but I know Alabama's a joke, but there are if you're the top of the class in Alabama in a
Right.
legitimate
Yeah.
major,
Right. If you're an engineering
Yeah,
major at
that's-
Alabama.
dude, even if you're a finance major at Alabama,
Right.
Like-
right. No,
Yeah,
that
it's
is fair.
competitive,
That's a
but-
fair point.
yeah, that there's something.
But I
there.
guess it's I'm going off of the general.
But if you take the
across
average,
the board, yeah.
what are the acceptance standards?
Right.
They're a joke.
Right.
But if you decide to be a fucking, those schools are big enough where you can have this shit. But someone could be a fucking pre-med, pre-law. All these schools are big enough to have it.
Right. Yeah, there's certain majors where it doesn't matter where you go, you still at Bridgewater. If you were an aviation major, you had to know your shit. You
Yeah.
can't they're not just gonna let anybody fly planes.
I want to fly the train.
You have to get your shit together and know your shit.
Yeah.
To be an
They
aviation.
let you live in that triple decker.
Yeah,
for
on
10
Hale,
years.
on Hale Street, yeah.
Right next to me.
Yeah.
I live right next to them.
Yeah, the aviation house. But yeah, so that is fair. But like I said, outside of Vanderbilt, those SEC
I would say the acceptance standards are a little sketchy
Yeah.
because the U is one of those schools.
Mm.
It is very difficult to get into the University of Miami if you're not an athlete.
Right.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
But you think about the U, and it's like criminals versus convicts, like or convicts versus Catholics.
Yeah.
Criminals versus the convicts. What is this, FSU, Miami? Which side's which? Not important.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the Catholics versus the convicts. Like you think the U,
right?
and it's like you think Ray, you think fucking Brandon Merriweather, Big Bang Clock, fucking
Michael Irvin
swinging his fucking helmet at people, like
yeah.
But the college itself is very difficult to get into.
Right.
So, you know, like again, outside of maybe Arkansas or Ole Miss, like Mississippi State,
yeah,
like they are like legitimate schools with legitimate alumni and legitimate programs.
Right.
You know, just we'll sit here and make fun of it because
it's the South.
We can, yeah. Fucking inbreds.
Yeah.
Fucking hillbilly shit.
You're gonna get canceled.
What is the South gonna cancel me?
They'll
They have no fucking. And again,
they don't even know the podcast exists.
Any of you fucking listening in the South, you have no right to fucking cancel us because
we
you
may
guys,
have like 2 listeners in like Arkansas.
You guys still praise the losing side of the Civil War.
Yeah.
Not only did it happen 160 years ago,
Yeah.
you fucking lost.
Right.
So.
Right. So yeah, I think
And that's not like a like praising. The North is superior. No, I don't give a fuck.
No.
But you did lose, so.
Yeah.
You don't celebrate a loss. It's why there's not a ton of info out there about Vietnam. In the United States. We kind of gloss over that a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a tie.
We even we rebranded it too to make it seem like less of an ego hit. We call it the Vietnam conflict now.
Did they change it?
Yeah, we don't call it the Vietnam War anymore. It's
We
the Vietnam conflict.
We also went into stop communism, which technically we did. We stopped halfway for a while.
Yeah.
Is that because like
then we pivoted to like Korea. Like we definitely got halfway there.
Yeah.
So did a bunch of historians or politicians like look at it and go, well, we have the Korean conflict. We kind of lost that war. It's really a blemish on our record. What if we change it to a conflict?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
So we can still claim we're like fucking 3-0 in
Undefeated in wars.
Undefeated in wars, yeah. Oh, what about Vietnam? That was a conflict.
That was a conflict. That wasn't a war.
18-year conflict. It's all.
Yeah. I don't even know how we got there. Oh, we were talking about college football.
Yeah.
College football led us to the Vietnam War. We can fucking string anything together. What else we got? Oh, I want to get you guys' take on this. I don't know if you've seen it, but have you seen the statement that the Baltimore Ravens put out?
No.
All right. Stand by. Have you seen it?
No. What's the theme?
All right. I'm gonna. It's Jacob Blake. So I feel a pretty strong way about this. So I'm just gonna read it, and then it's moderately lengthy, but whatever. I'm just gonna shut up and read it. Yeah, I know that's a paradox. Oxymoron. I don't know. With yet another example of racial discrimination with the shooting of Jacob Blake and the unlawful abuse of peaceful protesters, we must unify as a society. It is imperative that all people, regardless of race, religion, creed, or belief, come together to say enough is enough. This is bigger than sports. Racism is embedded in the fabric of our nation's foundation and is a blemish on our country's history. If we are to change course and make our world a better place, we must face this problem head on and act now to enact positive change. It is time to accept accountability and acknowledge the ramifications of slavery and racial injustice. Though we cannot right all the wrongs of our country's history, we can, now there's bullet points, arrest and charge the police officers responsible for Breonna Taylor's killing and the shooting of Jacob Blake, demand that Senator Mitch McConnell bring the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act of 2020 to the Senate floor for a vote, end qualified immunity, require body cameras, ban chokeholds and no-knock warrants, hold police accountable in court, establish a framework to prohibit racial profiling as a federal, state, and local levels, support state and federally mandated CALEA accreditation, I don't know what that means, and national standards of care and policing. I'm assuming it has something to do with police forces. Encourage everyone to engage in the political process by registering to vote on both the local and the national level, and they have a link to sign up to vote or information about voting, whatever. Demand prison sentencing reform that is fair and equitable. Encourage every citizen to act with respect and compliance when engaging with the police. If you feel there has been abuse of power, we encourage you to contact your police department's internal affairs unit. And then they list the Baltimore City IA unit. We will use our platform to drive change now, not just for our generation, but for the generation that follows, and for our sons and daughters and their children.
Bullet started weak, ended strong.
Now, of all the things that get put out from sports teams and famous people and athletes and all these things, I think they absolutely knocked it out of the park. So say what you will, they talked about this a lot on the Sports Hub over the last couple of days, and I was listening, and people were calling in being like, I think they should stay out of politics. They should shut up and just play football. And it's like, all right, you're going to get your old curmudgeon-y people that say that.
Yeah.
But
They're
as
citizens,
far
they vote.
as far as making statements go, I think they absolutely knocked it out of the park, because they didn't give a vague blanket statement that was like, we support all lives and black people matter and we're down for the cause and like we support everyone, and then like end it. That's like every statement that every pro sports team puts out. They acknowledge that there are issues in the country, and they say we need to work together to move forward. And oh, by the way, here is a list of things that we can do to begin to rectify the situation and make it better. What more can you ask for? Instead of just saying, yeah, we need to change stuff, they go, we need to change stuff, this is how we can do it.
This is what we need to
And
change.
we all need to work together.
Well, they don't want
Because-
people like twisting words, like assume what they mean, that bullshit that we've already seen. Like, oh, you took a knee and now it's about troops.
Right,
No, what?
right.
No, now I have to say what it's about because you're an asshole.
Right.
Like that kind
But-
of thing.
But I absolutely love this. And I also love it too because I feel like it is the most down-to-earth perspective as well, because it says things like arrest and charge the police officers for Breonna Taylor and investigate Jacob Blake, talking about get Senator Mitch McConnell to bring a bill to the floor. But then the last vote, the last one says also encourage every citizen to act with respect and compliance when engaging with the police.
Yeah.
If you feel there has been an abuse of power, contact the Internal Affairs Department
Yeah, there
for
should be-
that. Like,
there should
that
be a
is,
way to
holy
fix
shit.
that.
I never would have imagined that the Baltimore Ravens would be the thing that have made the most sense through all of this bullshit.
They're the moral compass of all of this.
Of all of this, the Baltimore Ravens are the ones that got it right.
Well,
This
they're,
is super
they're
right.
always they're always in a state of conflict. So they
The only
understand.
thing that makes sense is that nothing makes sense.
Yeah, the Ravens.
The Ravens.
The Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens, yeah. With Torrey Smith.
It wasn't the Seahawks. It wasn't.
No,
It wasn't.
the Patriots.
It wasn't like it wasn't. So like this, obviously the Seahawks would be one side, the Falcons would be a different side. Like
Right.
no,
Right.
none of that.
Right.
Wasn't the Buffalo Bills.
Right. Right.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. Yep.
Where's the suit, Ray?
Torrey Smith drunk driving, killing someone, getting off.
Wasn't that Stallworth?
Dante, yeah, I'm sorry.
He
Yeah,
was on the
Dante
Ravens,
Saul.
but anyway.
Well, he played for the Ravens, but he wasn't on the team at that
I
time.
think he was on the Brown.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
I don't know what team he was on when he did that.
Yeah.
Ray Rice.
Yep. Ray Rice. Yeah.
I get rid of him.
Terrell Suggs.
Did Terrell Suggs ever do anything? I don't know if he
I
ever
don't-
got arrested
Isn't
for
he just a
anything.
scary
Yeah.
person?
Yeah. I mean.
So with them, there was two things. There's the off the field stuff. On the field, they were, I mean, what do you want to call it? Swag or whatever you want to call it. They just operated like fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
Which they won twice.
Yeah.
Worked for them.
Yeah.
But who was? Oh god, fuck me! I cannot think of who it was. They had someone in their secondary who was a real fucking douchebag.
Was he the guy that went to the Bengals and like that asshole?
Adam
Secondary?
Jones.
I,
Adam Pac-Man
He was-
I was
Jones.
thinking like Jared Vicious, maybe. No.
No, he was
No.
a white wide receiver.
Why does it matter that he was white?
God.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Well, I described him. He is white.
Yeah, no, that's true. He also was probably a huge bitch.
Fuck, I can't. They had some corner.
It wasn't.
Carrie Williams,
Okay.
a real douchebag.
Yeah.
A real fucking. He was a fucking dickhead.
They never had T.J. Ward though, right?
Nope.
T.J. Ward was a fucking dirty player.
Yeah. And that's the thing with them. They didn't. I wouldn't say they had dirty players.
Yeah.
It's just like, God, you guys are so fucking insufferable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got Ray Lewis telling me he healed his own torn tricep before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, thanks to fucking deer antlers.
Deer antler.
Yeah.
Terrell Suggs came back from Achilles surgery. Was it Achilles? Did he tear his Achilles?
Yeah.
Came back in like 4 months.
Dear hooves.
Yeah, the Ravens of all teams.
Yeah, they're the ones that got it right.
Yeah, it's almost like imagine if like the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Chiefs came out with like a joint statement. They're like, hey guys, this is what we're releasing.
Yeah.
And it's presented by all those bad athletes that are on teams.
Funded by Jerry Jones.
Yeah. I will say the one
Tiny
thing.
Phil's friends are-
The one thing that kind of makes me think that the reason why they took the stance and did that is because Baltimore is like 99% black.
Well, you need
Like
to
the
know.
city.
Well, that's the thing. You need to know where you are.
Right.
Like Robert Kraft doesn't need to come out with a very extreme statement because he's in Foxborough, Mass.
Right.
They are in the heart of it. And
Yeah.
like when you say like, oh, it's like, oh, I'm going to Boston to go to a Patriots game. It's not Boston.
No.
It's Foxborough,
Right.
which is surrounded by Sharon, Walpole,
You're 30
Mansfield.
miles outside of Boston.
Yeah. The places I just named, very rural,
Yep.
very white,
Statistics.
Very red.
very red. Like Walpole, I think they're still the Rebels.
Oh yeah.
So
It's funny that I know we mentioned this in a previous episode, but this morning me and Amy went to Sela's Coffee House up in Norfolk.
Norfolk?
I don't know. I just don't know how to pronounce the town. I call it Norfolk, I guess. The whole way, because we go back roads through like all those places. A lot of Trump signs.
Yep.
A lot of Trump
Sure
signs. Didn't see any Biden signs, and we're in Massachusetts.
So I know this is going to get us completely away from the NFL. Have you
Yeah.
seen Biden signs anywhere in Massachusetts?
I don't think so.
And I know we're more rural again. We're a little bit away from the city.
Yeah,
I haven't seen one Biden sign.
I don't think so. Now that you mention it.
And I think it's a little bit because it doesn't matter here. That's the thing. Like
Right.
Biden probably looks at it and goes, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
why bother?
Right.
He goes, I'm gonna win that state anyway. Plus they have like 4 votes. Like,
Yeah. In the
fuck
year,
do I care?
what was it? Was it Nixon? The year that Nixon absolutely crushed Michael Dukakis. Like there was.
Did Nixon? Nixon didn't
Or
crush
was-
him, did he? Oh, he might have. Bob Dole was Clinton, right?
Yeah.
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 Bob Dole.
Whatever
Bob
year,
Dole.
I think it.
Bob Dole.
I think it was
Bob
Nixon when he won in a massive fucking landslide. There was like 3 states that went for Dukakis, and Massachusetts was one of
Because
them.
he was a Democrat.
Yeah. He was also a Democrat from Massachusetts.
That'll get you the win.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Biden's probably looking at our state going like, again, why bother?
Yeah.
Biden's got Delaware.
Yeah.
I've got Delaware.
Yeah.
Right.
6th state of Delaware. But yeah, so I mean, I haven't heard anything from other NFL teams like
He lost
coming out
to
statements.
Bush.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Bush Senior.
Yeah.
But anyway, so with the Ravens, because I want to bring it back and
Yeah.
away from my segue.
Yeah.
So I thought every point that they brought up was completely valid.
Mhm.
The only one that I heard on the Sports Hub that could be slightly controversial is when you say, and I don't know what the right answer is, but when you say everything that's going on right now is a human rights issue, not a political issue.
Mm.
But then they ask the owners to make their places open for voting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that blurs the line. Some people did criticize that.
Yeah, that's
They
what
go,
the
hey, if
NBA.
They go, if it's a human rights issue,
Well, they think voting is a human right. Like, there's,
Well,
a lot,
no, it
there's a lot
is.
of voter suppression. So they're like, hey, this is a human right thing. Why don't we get voting in here? Because they're on their bullshit now, closing down too many polling places.
good point.
They're
I'll buy that.
blaming all that.
No,
So
I'll buy
there's-
that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
But that's the NBA arenas,
Yeah.
not the NFL.
Well, the theory is if the NBA does it, the NFL will probably push the NFL owners to do it too.
Yeah. I mean, potentially. But the
They're gonna,
difference.
well, they can still push.
Well, yeah,
whether it
because I
happens
was
or
gonna
not,
say,
is a different story.
The difference is the NFL is actually playing in those stadiums and the NBA is not.
True.
So the stadiums are open, and then if you have to put in social distancing measures, you can easily. And if it takes a week to put up and a week to put down, it doesn't matter.
True.
Whereas the NFL is like, hey, we have a game in 6 days,
Yeah.
or less than that, you know.
Yeah. But I thought everything that the Ravens brought to the table, I thought it was not only reasonable but also fair.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
and that was one of my big things is with everything that's going on with the police, making them subject to a fair trial, I don't think diminishes the role of the police.
No.
But like, if you shoot someone, you have a trial about it.
Right.
Well, they are
Or at least,
under
like-
investigation. I know that.
Yeah.
Like,
Or at least like an impartial hearing or something. Or maybe like less formal than like, hey, you've been charged with murder. Like, obviously don't do that, but like,
right.
All right, so you shot someone, fair. We're putting you on leave until we have a legitimate, unbiased hearing, like with some kind of judicial system.
Yeah.
And then as long as you check the boxes, you're good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, obviously I don't know this from first hand or at all, but I'm pretty sure that's the same process they use in the military.
yeah, the military.
Is there a
police.
court-martial? Is
Yeah,
that
you get court-martial. That's a trial for military.
Yeah, I think court-martial is like if you do something
bad?
against the military. But like if
no,
you
you
if
can
you
kill
engage in a firefight or something, like there's a process that you have to go through afterward to like make sure it was just and cause. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's court-martial. Like you get court-martialed for like robbing a bank here. Like if you're an active duty member,
yeah.
you can get court-martialed and then go to jail in the U.S. like in the whatever you call that criminal trial.
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying,
Like,
'cause
for everything.
I think a court-martial could also be like almost like impeachment, where there's a
Basically.
negative connotation and a little bit of a lack of understanding.
Yeah.
Like impeachment just means there's a trial.
Right.
One of the results is removed from office.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing with a court-martial. It's like, oh, they've been court-martialed. They definitely did something wrong. It's like,
Yeah.
well, no.
It's just a review of actions.
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
like my brother had a court-martial kind of thing because he got a fucking ticket in North Carolina because the speed limit's 65. That's a felony there if you go above it.
Oh
Wow.
yeah. Yeah.
So he had like a little like hiccup when he was like 25.
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
But I don't think that's unreasonable to ask.
Yeah. Again, like I said, I don't know if any of our listeners are actually military or former military. Feel free to slide in those DMs on Instagram.
Yeah, you can just correct us like
Yeah.
everyone always does.
Yeah.
Fuck do we know?
Because we're just talking out of our assholes most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like you said, I support that. Like I don't think any one group should have complete immunity for anything.
No, and this goes to what my fucking hard right client says.
Yeah.
He goes, "You want to remove police immunity? I think I'm okay with that. Like have them like answer to what they do."
Mhm.
He goes, "Apply it to everyone though. Nurses, doctors. I don't think teachers have any kind of immunity. I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
like who else would have that kind of qualified immunity. I know doctors, nurses do.
They could
Yeah.
move me to an off-site, an off-school location and pay me for the rest
I
of
think
it.
it's anyone that falls subject to HIPAA.
So medical
like,
professionals,
Medical professionals.
law enforcement.
Because that's the thing, like if someone dies, well, that's the other side of it too, even though they're like quote unquote immunity, it's shitty immunity because you could get sued for medical malpractice.
Right.
Now I know that's a civil case and not a criminal case, but I mean, you might have criminal immunity but not civil immunity, which isn't full immunity.
Yeah. But then usually just sue the hospital.
Yeah,
Or the whatever.
yeah,
But I think it could be like a burden of proof thing, because I don't know, but I would just imagine that if you're gonna sue a doctor, the burden of proof is on you, not the doctor.
yeah. I could
Like
see
the doctor needs to, or you need to prove that the doctor did something wrong, not the doctor proving that he did something right.
Right.
Which whatever. This is just again this guy's fucking nuts.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
guilty before or.
But
Cross
actually-
the heart rate, Jay.
But actually, he surprised me because for as far on the right as he is, and he didn't mention it, but like 45 minutes into the session, 1 hour session, he did say, he's like, "Man, that fucking LeBron James." I'm like, "What's your problem with LeBron?" He goes, "I just don't." He goes, "I don't think what he says is genuine." Because
I guess that's fair.
well, he seemed very upset about everything.
Yeah,
And then the next day they're playing basketball again. Like, dude, you said no more basketball.
right.
You are the most popular player, most influential player. If you say no more basketball, what happened in 12 hours?
Right.
He goes, "I just don't know if I believe him." He goes, and then never mind his shit with China. Like he won't say anything bad about China.
Right.
if you're that concerned about human rights, why don't you, condemn China?
Right.
But no one in the NBA will do it.
Right.
Which is a huge fucking black eye.
Yeah.
That's fucking disgusting. All of that shit.
That's, yeah.
Like Steve Kerr up there in a complete panic because he won't say anything about China.
Yeah.
That's fucking gross.
And then the Rockets owner that did say something
I think it was
about
the
it?
GM. The
And
GM
then-
said something and
he got fired.
He got his ass fired.
Yeah. So it's like, wow, okay, so China actually kind of runs the NBA. Then,
You heard it here first. China runs the NBA.
Yeah.
But
Sound
yeah,
a hot take alarm.
but even like so that he surprised the shit out of me. But like that's one of his things. He goes, well, if you want to take away from the police, take it away from everyone.
Yeah.
Like have everyone again. Doesn't matter what. If you want to take it away, fine, take it away.
Mm-hmm.
But come up with a good system, and everyone is subject to it. Anyone who has qualified immunity is now subject to this.
Right.
Doesn't matter who, doesn't matter what job.
Right.
Everyone subject to this.
That's a fair point, though, for as hard right as he is.
Yeah, for as nuts as he is.
It's a fair point.
Yeah, it
If
is.
you're going to remove qualified immunity, remove it across the board.
Yeah. Like that's the thing. Like if you want to take it away from the police, okay, take it away from everyone.
Right.
Doctor fucks up, hold them responsible.
Right.
Doctors don't go to jail.
Right.
Should they? I don't know. I don't really care, but
Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole other debate because you can argue that theoretically doctors are always supposed to be working in the benefit of their patient, but then theoretically police officers should too, but they don't. So by transitive property, you could also kind of assume that maybe doctors don't.
well, the only difference between the two professions is there is a safety issue with police because there is an element of their job that
Their life.
With police, there's a two-way life and death.
yeah.
With a doctor, there's a one-way life and
Yes, you can only cause harm to the patient.
Yeah.
Police, someone like an officer could die any given moment.
Right.
Looking down at his heart. If I cut it wrong, I'll live.
Yeah, brain surgeon going through. Oh man, if I fuck this up, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm going home after.
The
Don't risk it.
Yeah.
Spike.
Insurance is paying for this anyway, so I'm good.
He scoffed at how good I was.
Well, this guy's dead. You guys want to play volleyball with his brain?
We need something so they can't really figure out what the hell happened.
I don't know. We got 4 more hours to kill. This is a 6-hour surgery, and I fucked it up 2 hours in.
Can we?
You guys want to binge Netflix?
Can we put a little logo
internal
on his
investigation.
license so we can take his organs?
Internal investigation. This guy has no organs and his brain has so many bruises.
It's like, yeah, why do you think he died?
Yeah, we don't know. We were just trying to fix that one thing, and we
Yeah.
saw all this, and then it went downhill before he even reacted.
Yeah, we don't know where that came from. We opened him up, and it was already he was like that.
Yeah.
We don't know how we survived that long.
If anything, we helped a lot. We gave him anesthetic. He is suffering.
Yeah, so that's the Ravens.
Who would have thought?
You know,
I saw something stupid that's not important.
what'd you see?
Do you know who Bella Thorne is?
I do.
She's someone from like Disney, I guess, and
Yeah.
she's kind of a hoe or something. I don't know. She directed a porn recently. That is something she did.
Did she do an OnlyFans thing?
Yeah, she made an
broke.
OnlyFans.
She broke OnlyFans.
Yeah, she made $20 million to $2 million in like she just opened it like last week.
Yeah.
And charged $20 per person, and I guess people are pissed at her because she broke it because they can't pay any of the actual like OnlyFans girls until like October because she just backed up the system.
She broke the system. Like it got so much traffic that it literally just stopped working.
It killed itself.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, she used to be a Disney person, like a Disney Channel person. I don't know what show she's on. I don't actually. When you said, "Do you know who she is?" I said, "Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know who she is because of this story."
Yeah, we know as much
I
as.
don't- yeah.
I've just seen her before this because she was a Disney person who did a porn, or not did a porn, but directed a porn
Yeah.
for Pornhub, I think. Nice.
Nice. Pornhub could fucking sponsor us. That'd be pretty sick.
Great.
Yeah, money lying around.
Yeah.
We have videos. They have videos.
Yeah, right? See? Yeah, you know.
Upload us.
Yeah. Put us on the website. You know they started doing that?
What?
People started uploading regular videos onto Pornhub.
Oh yeah, I've always seen
because
those,
like, it's the highest trafficked website every single year in the entire world. It is the #1 visited website. So now people have started like pirating movies and like uploading them to Pornhub because the website gets so much traffic. They're just like, someone's gonna see this.
B movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and they upload like random videos to Pornhub that aren't porn.
And get views.
And you get views, yeah.
And if you get views, Pornhub pays you. So.
So what you're saying is we need to start uploading our video show to Pornhub.
Yes. Views and money.
Yes. Yeah. Fuck YouTube. Go Pornhub.
We'll do something at the end, something special, like we'll jerk off in front of the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're only here for that, just go to minute 55.
Yeah, but I did see that. Bella's Thorne breaking fucking OnlyFans.
Dude, there's like a lot of headlines. I just Googled her name.
Yeah.
A lot of headlines.
Yeah, her nudes got leaked a few years ago or something. That's how she like was on like the front page for the first time.
Yeah.
And then the porn thing, Pornhub.
Like, well, I think she was trying to make a movie with OnlyFans.
Oh, was she? Oh.
And now that's not happening.
She didn't break it even more.
And now the sex workers are unhappy with her because now there's new price caps on OnlyFans.
Oh.
Because she got so much in tips.
Yeah.
Where is it? OnlyFans put a limit on tips after Bella Thorne earned $1 million on the site.
But you just paid like per month. You can pay tips. Just I like it. $5 more. It's
Yeah,
it's like going to a strip club.
Yeah.
And you've already had your dance. Like, there you go.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
more.
Yeah, it's like paying a cover charge to get in and then paying more money.
To be there.
Yeah.
It's not for the beer or anything.
It's
Just
weird. Yeah, I don't understand.
$1 million in 24 hours is what she pulled.
Nice. I wish I was famous and could do that.
fuck. I feel like every actress in Hollywood should do it. Just real quick.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, after taxes, though, it's only like $600,000.
It's even worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine that though. Like this year, like all the actresses, there's no jobs out there. OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston's OnlyFans. This lady's, that lady's.
There are some people that make OnlyFans and then don't post like nude photos on it.
Yeah, they're like models. They're like, and then they say stuff like, "Oh, the stuff I can't post on my other social media, you can post it.
You can post it.
It's change that to don't post, because you don't post it on there.
Yeah. Because I know someone. I'm acquaintances with somebody who has an OnlyFans, and that's what she posts on there. But I also know someone else who subscribed to her to see what it was, and he was like, "Dude, she doesn't post nudes. She just posts like random pictures."
$10.
He goes, essentially, it's like Instagram, but like it's more bikini pictures or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's kind of lame."
Sick.
But she makes like, I would imagine, a side hustle at least. I think hers is like $10 a month.
Yeah, if you get like 100 people.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Bitches.
So I mean, whatever. Good for her. I mean.
I think we can do that, but not like for porn, because no one wants to see
No,
us.
no one wants to see naked dudes.
But like a thing where people will subscribe to us, like all our friends and family, and it won't be shameful, but we'll get like $1,000 somehow. Only golf.
I don't think your friends and family want to see us naked.
We're not gonna be naked. It's not gonna be shameful. It's gonna be like, alright, naked, like naked golf.
Why don't you just ask your friends and family for money then?
Can I have some money, guys?
Like if that's really what you want, like you don't have to get naked and make an OnlyFans. You can just be like, "Hey guys, can I have like $10?"
Are you saying what I'm thinking of doing isn't art? Because it's art.
Yes.
I'm taking the argument of the naked ladies. It's art.
There's a double standard for you right there. It's unfair. Women have an unfair advantage.
During coronavirus, they do.
People want to see women naked, but no one wants to see men naked.
No one wants to see men.
No. Nobody. Nobody wants to see a naked man.
What do you want to say? Naked males matter?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Naked men matter.
NMM.
Hashtag
No.
NMM.
No,
naked men matter.
We
Do you
don't.
know-
We're starting the movement.
No, we
Do you
don't.
know who we could get for our spokesperson? NMM. NMM. It's great.
It writes itself.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
What's our logo?
Probably a naked guy.
Yeah.
M&M balls. Buttons.
Moving on.
Coming through.
Damn it. No, let's stay there.
Do you guys have anything else?
Sad news, if you want to talk about sad.
Oh yeah, that's right. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, that sucks.
Black Panther.
Black Panther died.
Oh.
I think I can't say the weirdest part because it's not true. That would sound terrible. I was surprised to find out that he was 43 years old.
I thought he would be younger.
I thought he was significantly younger than that.
I'd say like late 30s. Maybe like mid 30s.
Yeah, I was gonna go mid 30s, like somewhere.
Maybe
You know.
older.
Yeah, he didn't strike me as 43.
I saw an article that like colon and rectal cancer is on the rise. It was coinciding with that. I guess that's a big thing coming now. Everyone's sticking shit in their ass or something. I don't know. How do you get cancer?
Well, I also would imagine that as people's diets tend to change dramatically, you're going to see more issues with colon cancer. Like our generation is really the first one that would like consistently eat fake food,
oh yeah.
like stuff with GMOs and even like
frozen
as far
shit.
as like McDonald's and Burger King and frozen stuff. So I would imagine over the course of a lifetime, like that's going to do something to your fucking intestines.
Yeah.
You know. But what do I know? I'm not a fucking scientist. But I just could potentially.
You are.
Yeah, actually, yeah, right. I'm an exercise scientist. But I mean, I feel like that makes sense, right? Like if people eat like a more fake food diet, like it could gonna fuck up your intestines.
Yeah, the only thing I don't agree with is like our parents' generation. They were like
TV
spam,
dinners.
hot dogs,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, that was just the sodium killing them, right?
I don't even know what spam is.
I thought it was just sodium and.
I
Well,
think
it is.
the
It's
most
super high in sodium.
most of the issue is like maybe it could be, I don't know, again, fucking yell at me, but it could be the GMOs. It could be all that stuff.
Genetically modified.
Because everyone was like, oh, there's no downside from GMOs. It's the exact same thing. Like how every banana is exactly the same. Like all bananas are have the same DNA or whatever, and it's like some fruits or like everything is the DNA is exactly the same. It's like, oh, what could go wrong there? Like nothing, right? It's like, look, there's no downside, but here we are, 20, 30 years after the GMO thing, and colorectal cancer's on the rise. So like, there's no way to directly connect them.
Yeah.
You can't
But-
tell until later.
If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a witch.
The same with like eating like inbred food, like all the bananas. Are the same. We're eating the hillbilly inbred.
Yes, they're
food.
fucking their cousins.
Yeah.
Every banana we eat is retarded.
Wait, that's my god. Take it back, guys.
Not those bananas.
All bananas
Non-GMO.
matter.
Yeah.
No.
All banana religions matter.
No, those ones are inferior.
Superiorly.
Superiorly inferior.
They go to heaven, but like a lot.
They look
sooner.
like every other banana I've ever seen.
They go to banana heaven.
What did you fuck?
Those are like every other banana.
Don't you fucking say they all look alike?
I want more diversity in my bananas.
Yeah, they got freckles.
I want different shapes, sizes, colors, tastes, textures.
Yeah, bananas are like the one thing that never change taste. Like you never have a banana that's like shitty unless it's clearly not ripe because you know that.
You can see it from the outside.
Because they all have the exact same DNA.
So we should be inbred as a people.
I forget when I found that out. It was a while, like maybe like last year or 2 years ago. It was one of those like uber facts things that they posted on Instagram.
Bananas
They said,
are
like,
retarded.
Like through genetically modified processes, like every banana that exists has the exact same DNA.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, they used to suck.
Or maybe I'm sorry, maybe it was like every banana from Dole, or like every Chiquita banana. You know what I mean? Like every company has its own one single banana. So like if you eat every single Chiquita banana tastes exactly the same. Every
South
single
American
Dole
bananas.
banana tastes exact. It's like one of those
And
things.
South American bananas taste
Kind of like
different
orange
from those
juice,
other
and why I won't drink orange juice anymore.
Why?
Because each company owns their own proprietary taste profile for orange juice, because so I found this out and it was terrified me, and I never have drank orange juice since then.
Outside of mimosas.
Outside of mimosas, yeah, because the alcohol,
It kills the GMOs.
alcohol supersedes everything in my world.
Teenagers.
So if you ever noticed, every single like Tropicana orange juice that you've ever had tastes exactly the same. Every single, what's the other one?
Sunny Day.
Florida National tastes exactly the same. They all taste the same. It's because when you have that, the way they process the orange juice, when you have these massive vats of oranges, and then you juice it, they keep them in essentially these huge fucking silo vat things, and it's air sealed so it doesn't go bad. But when you seal the air, it kills all the stuff in it that gives it flavor. So they have these proprietary taste packets that they add into the orange juice, which, because if you think about it, like if you buy a bunch of different oranges,
They taste different.
the oranges taste
They have
different.
different acid levels.
Right, but like every single bottle of Tropicana tastes exactly the same.
Yeah, you never get an acidy one like, oh
Right,
fuck.
right. It's because they use their own taste packets that they put in. And then when I found that out,
Blasted with
I
fucking
was
sugar
like,
too.
I'm never drinking orange juice ever again.
Nice.
And outside of mimosas, I haven't.
That makes sense.
Orange
Now
juice
that I
also
think
kind
about
of
it.
sucks.
Orange juice does suck.
Orange is juiced pretty good though.
A lot of work.
Like when you do, yeah. I mean,
It's a lot of work.
I've done it once. It's pretty good.
I'd rather just eat the fucking oranges. Are you an orange guy or a tangerine? Or no, what's the other one?
Clementine.
Mandarin? Clementines, yeah. Clementines, the little guys.
Yeah, I like lemon.
I'm a Clementine guy. Is that
Some
the
of these are
Angel,
cute.
the Halo ones?
Ooh yeah.
You know the Angel brand?
They're usually not too acidic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Halo.
big guy.
They taste better. They're easier to peel.
Yeah.
They're far superior.
Yeah.
Inferiorly.
Superior.
Guess it's all.
Uh,
Yeah, but Black Panther died.
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. Sorry.
It's a bad year for black people.
I mean,
it's not a good year for black people.
It's never a good year.
that is not an incorrect
From what I'm
statement.
hearing, it's not a good year ever.
I don't know. Some people thought 08 was pretty good.
Why? Oh, for Obama.
Obama.
Did Alabama win that year?
Barack
'Cause-
Obama.
Barack Hussein Obama.
What was Nico said that like in the text? I think like something about black people being like Chicago, the Chicago Bears of like the races, because he just suffers. He's
No,
like,
the
"Fuck it."
Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns.
He
Yeah.
said black people are the Cleveland Browns.
So I think he said he was the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, okay.
But implying he as a black man.
Yeah.
But it was about. I think that was going towards how like people make statements that like fucking Urlacher.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
I liked you."
Alright, you want to start wrapping this up?
Yeah.
It's that time.
So, in case you guys needed any more reason to distrust everything,
I trust most things.
well, now you can stop trusting one particular thing.
Never.
So, we know how Florida had their issues with coronavirus before, right? Like
Yeah.
falsifying tests and lying about reporting and all that.
Yep.
Okay, so someone that comes to the gym, friend of hers,
Mm-hmm.
she was in line for a COVID test. She's in the line. She's registered because you have to register beforehand
In Florida, right?
in Florida. She's in line,
Mm-hmm.
ready to go, waiting. Something comes up. I don't know, her kid, something like that. She leaves the line, never takes the test,
Mhm.
and then receives her positive test results a few hours later. Never tested, but tested positive. Now, I know we brought this up the other day,
Yeah.
and what Spoon said was, oh, what probably happened is whoever was behind her in line now just became her.
Right.
Like on a list.
So they just went in order of the list.
I also have another theory.
And someone else repeated that. They go, oh, you know what probably happens is they probably don't check the names or anything, and they just go right down the line. So
That would also require a lot of organization. Like you would need to have a list of people and organize them in line of that list and then make sure that you follow that exactly. And also you would think if you're gonna do it that way,
No one fucks.
you would double check and be like, All right, next on the list, and it's like, all right, Bobby Datterow, right?
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
Andrew Richards. Okay, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Like you think like, Jared Mello. All right, you know you would think you would double check that real quick.
side note. I was at Walmart the other day, and you know how they have a person in the front that allows you to go in, like, because there's a line.
Oh, they do
and
have
then
a line?
they have a line, but there's never enough people in the Walmart.
Yeah.
Too many. So there's a guy just there.
Walmarts are so huge; they
Yeah.
never reach capacity.
I bet you at 2 a.m. it's busy.
Yeah.
I was leaving, and I heard the people, like, someone was walking into the line, and the person that's supposed to check wasn't paying attention to him, just looking off towards me in the other direction. And the guy says, "Oh, is it okay to go in?" And like I heard that as I was going, and there was just still no response. They went, "All right, thanks." And then he said that sarcastically and just walked in, because that guy's just like a useless Walmart employee, which made me think, like, why the fuck do people? You're making it hard to argue about the whole minimum wage being increased with fucking you.
Yeah.
But that was one of those things, thinking like Florida. I'm not gonna ask his name.
Well,
Yeah,
I
so
also
I-
hope that people that are medical professionals would have half a brain.
Are they medical professionals though?
Or just like ticket money.
Again, yeah, I don't know the situation, but I told you my story when I went to go get I got a coronavirus test while I was in South Carolina from a medical office. It was an urgent care, and the lab tech made sure my name was spelled correctly, put it on the fucking label, stuck it on the little, like, the vial thing that the swab goes in, like everything, like they checked to make sure everything was right. So
Yeah, well, and like
Well,
you
you get
said
that
with that
professional.
tech, the same thing's true. These colleges, they're having the kids administer their own tests.
right.
Oh yeah, that's
They're
it.
shoving it up their own nose.
Right.
And I was talking to a nurse at Brigham who was on the COVID unit for a while. She goes, every single one of those tests is gonna be negative.
Right.
She goes, why would the school want positive tests?
Yeah, true.
So, if you have any reason to distrust anything, we have a couple things at play. Down in Florida, wherever that one site was, they're either intentionally increasing numbers or they're too incompetent to actually administer the test correctly.
I have another theory.
Go.
So you know when you give a test, and then you're like, I don't know how long it takes to figure it out, but you get positive or negative. I don't know if they're gonna stay there, but maybe just don't write it down and say, all right, I don't want to write it down because it's positive. I don't want to put a plus sign because they'll freak out, like managing people's little emotions and things, like confrontation. So they wait for them to leave, and then they kind of mix up between positive and negatives, and then
Well, there's
and it's like, oh, there's an
immediate
empty
test.
there's an empty name in this. Oh, that one must be a positive there.
Even the quote unquote rapid test, I think, still takes an hour or two.
I think something like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
really?
my brother's done 15 for the military, but that's
Yeah, I mean,
Super
military
military
gets
stuff.
fucking. The military probably already has the cure.
But yeah, it makes it, and I was talking to a guy about it. Makes it really difficult for me to listen to anybody.
Yeah.
Because, you know, for a while I was a little skeptical, but, you know, sort of trusting. But dude, the more info that comes out, and the more that they change stuff, and the more they put in more stringent things, it's like, it makes me less and less trustworthy that they actually know what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
And then I hear that someone in Nevada has tested positive again for it.
oh yeah, I saw that as a thing I haven't read yet.
And it was like a different mutation.
Yeah.
And he didn't have it the whole time.
Yeah.
So my only response is, how do we know?
How do we know what?
How do we know that he tested positive?
Oh yeah,
How do we know he tested positive the first time or the second time?
I like to think because you know how the news sucks. They do it like because there's so much suck out there. They have to like wean out the stuff. Like when someone is accused of like rape and stuff, there's usually at least a little bit of evidence before they post something. Maybe they actually
Not
did.
lately.
I
Maybe they
don't-
did a test.
Not lately.
I don't trust anything. Well, because for whatever reason, and I don't know who, I don't know why, I don't know what group, I don't know the specifics. Someone wants a high number of tests.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's Democrats, I don't know if it's medical professionals, I don't know if it's pharmaceutical companies, I don't know who. I truthfully don't.
The evil cabal that runs the world.
Whatever.
The Illuminati.
Someone wants a high number of positive tests.
Yes.
And I don't know which agenda that fits. I don't know why. I don't want to even speculate on it because I really truthfully don't give a fuck. But it just makes me very, very untrustworthy that any info that actually comes out now is actually true. Because if kids are shoving their own fucking things up their nose, that's a bullshit test.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about any of those.
Right.
Because it's like it's one of those, like, the schools are like, oh my god, we administered 7,000 tests and we only had like one positive case. Yeah, but 7,000 times was a bullshit test. Like, it's not fucking right. The test sucks.
Right.
So it's like I'm growing increasingly distrusting of anything that's coming out now.
Yeah.
And again, I've thought this the last 6 weeks. I thought this was everything that happens now is politically driven anyway.
Right.
But it's starting to like really become concerning that so many people are willing to trust everything that people say.
Yeah.
Because they hear it's like, oh, someone tested positive again. Oh no, we can test positive again. It can come back.
Yeah.
It comes in a mutation. It's like, dude, we don't know if that's even true.
Right.
Let it play out a little bit more.
Well, it's like that's the thing is like we don't even know we don't even know if tests work, and we don't know if testing sites are being truthful.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way of proving, because this whole asymptomatic thing is it's beautiful. It's fucking genius.
Right.
Because you don't have they
tell
us
you can make a fake positive and be like, oh, you must be an asymptomatic
you must be asymptomatic.
Yeah.
But it's a disease that's so deadly that you don't know if you have it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It really, that's a really good point. It calls into question
everything.
All of those positive tests where people are like, oh yeah, you tested positive, but you didn't show any symptoms.
You must be asymptomatic.
Yeah. But then
what
this
if
other person was
what if they fucked up the test?
This other person was on a ventilator. So it's like, what? It's so wild. Again, I'm not a whatever it's called, epidemiologist or a virologist or anything. But to my knowledge, I have never heard of any one virus that affects people in so many different ways.
Well, they picked everything.
Right. But like, you know what I mean? Like if you get polio, it's going to affect your nervous system.
Chickenpox is pretty obvious if you got it.
Right. If you get the flu, you know you have the flu. You get aches, you get runny nose, you get fever, you get, what else is a virus? You get fucking... AIDS, you know you know what I mean? There's one thing essentially that it does. You get meningitis. You know what's going to happen when you get meningitis. Like viruses tend to be one specific thing.
Herpes.
But now, yes, exactly. But now all of a sudden, this virus affects people in a multitude of different ways depending on the person.
Every way outside of leprosy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You might get leprosy.
New data. You may have leprosy.
Yeah. That is actually I've never even thought to question that until now when you just brought that up.
And that's the thing is like I always like the whole time I always wanted to be like at least respectful of both sides.
Right.
But now it's now with more like the more I hear, the more people are experiencing things, and this is your fucking mistake. You wanted everybody getting tested all the fucking time. Now you're exposing all the fucking flaws. So you have all these schools. The kids are fucking administering their own tests. What the fuck? Like, imagine walking into somewhere and be like, okay, we're gonna do the vaccines today. Yeah. So give me that needle. I'm gonna do it myself today.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, we're gonna test you for a concussion. Yeah. You know what, MRI tech, you take the afternoon off. I'll handle it myself.
Yeah.
What the fuck, medical anything? Do we allow the patient to do it themselves?
Right. Zero.
Well,
one. This.
Pee in the cup.
Okay.
Yeah, but we don't analyze.
Nope, that's okay. Peeing in the cup's the same thing.
Yeah, peeing in the cup's
the same thing. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Peeing in the cup's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna draw my own blood.
Yeah.
Or it's like,
badass.
What the fuck, man? And then we find out that the testing sites are unreliable. The tests themselves are unreliable. You had people on the PGA Tour, I know I talked about this, they could not stop testing positive.
Right.
Ever. It's like...
Then you had the NFL, just last week, had 77 false positives.
Yeah.
Because then all the
labs kept fucking up.
Yeah. So it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah. The asymptomatic thing, I'm starting to not believe it. I really am.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Someone can say to me, well, you can't say that. How do you know? Motherfucker, how do you know?
Right.
Oh, well, someone told me. Someone told me it's a lie.
Right. I can play that game too.
Yeah, it's the side-duck, slow-poke conversation.
Yeah.
Side, duck, slow, poke. 45 minutes of that, back and forth. That's all it is.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right.
And it's like, obviously, if you say, like, no, the tests are a joke, oh, how can you say that? Like, you're irresponsible. It's like, well, I mean, I don't know if the tests are a joke, but you don't know if they're fucking legit either.
Exactly.
Like, I'm growing fucking skeptical of this shit. And then it's like, some of these tests, another guy takes his COVID test on a Tuesday. They go, you'll have the results in 48 hours.
Yeah.
He finds out 10 days later that he tested negative.
Yeah.
10 days because they forgot to call him. Someone in the office did not make the phone call. It's incompetence.
Right.
There's a lot of human error in this world anyways.
And that's my thing. We're so terrified
Right.
and we are limited in what we can do over something that people can't even handle.
Yeah.
Simple testing. We can't even do simple testing.
Yeah.
It's like, why are the kids fucking testing themselves? Do you not have a tech to do with them? Like, can you not afford
Right.
whatever?
Right.
Then don't go back to school. If it's that bad,
Yeah.
don't go back to school. Well, we have to go back to school. Well, then you need to test them the right way. Oh, we can't afford that. Then you don't go back to school. Very simple.
Right.
Very fucking simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
That, or it's not that fucking important.
Right.
Kids fucking testing themselves.
Yeah, what do you think the
Mass College of Pharmacy, Health and Science, whatever.
Yeah.
MCPHS. In the medical district, like the Longwood Medical District, the future pharmacists, doctors. Well, you know what? We accepted them, so they're probably good enough to test themselves. That was the school.
Yeah.
I'm fucking calling them out because no one's listening anyway.
Yeah.
That school, you know, they don't have anybody on faculty that can administer a fucking test.
Yeah.
No, they have the kids do it themselves. Get the fuck away from me. Fucking Florida, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you tested positive. How? I didn't even take a test.
Yeah.
Oh, we should probably quarantine for 14 days. Don't think I will.
Yeah. No, I think I'm good.
Hey, there's some nice parts of Florida.
Is that your final thought?
Yeah.
What is your final thought?
I don't have that much.
Okay.
All right.
So there are nice parts in Florida.
Got it.
All right. So this, I started to bring this up the other night, and then I kind of just stopped talking about it because I wanted to save it for the show. But we were watching the Kingsmen the other night, and great. It's a very good movie. I really enjoy it. Taron Egerton is fucking great, but it made me think of a would you rather. Would you rather be part of the Kingsmen or MI-6? Because they're both British intelligence that have fun gadgets and like do secret agent stuff.
So definitely James Bond MI6, not like realistic.
Yeah,
life.
no, not like actual.
All right. I feel like I want to be MI6 because Kingsman always gets fucked up.
I mean, Bond doesn't go without getting his fucking whippings too.
Yeah, but the whole organization crumbles in the second one. Besides two people.
Well, that is the one flaw we did. I did talk to him about. I don't know if you were still up here. So how many knights does King Arthur have? Knights of the Round Table. Was it 12?
I think so.
There was Merlin, who doesn't fight. There was Arthur, who was old and dead. And then 2 agents.
Yep.
That's it.
Lancelot.
Where the fuck are the rest of them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, you just had an open tryout for one spot.
Yeah.
But you have 2 agents.
And then the person that sponsored Lancelot in the first movie, we don't even know who that is. He's literally in the movie for 10 seconds. While when it's the last 2 after that, the third kid fails because he gives up the identification or whatever. And it's Eggsy and the girl that are there. And then you have Colin Firth behind Eggsy, and then you have the girl who eventually becomes Lancelot. Her sponsor is right behind him. We don't even know his name. We don't even know who he is. He's literally in the movie for 10 seconds. And that in that one scene.
Trying to figure out how many members.
I don't know where did they ever say where they were? Because they die in the next one. Spoiler. Maybe they were just off on their own little adventures somewhere else, and they couldn't be bothered saving the world their way.
Oh God, never mind. This is a shit show.
what is it, like 50?
No,
50
it
nights
depends.
at the
It
table?
depends on what source.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing the prequel one whenever coronavirus is over, from like I think it's World War II time. So maybe they'll give some answers on what the fuck they all do besides.
The third one comes out in September,
Oh, it's that soon?
October. Yeah, it's about Eggsy's dad.
Oh, it is? Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
there was actually a connection. I thought it was a new.
Yeah, the
Agent
kid.
Connector.
So the kid in it is Eggsy's dad, and then the guy that started the Kingsmen is going to be Ralph Fiennes. Voldemort,
I know.
and also
Nice.
M from
For,
James
for
Bond.
some reason,
So he gets to be M from James Bond, and also the guy that starts the Kingsmen.
I was trying to like add together if Voldemort was in the first Kingsman movie. I was like, does Voldemort become Michael Caine?
No.
I'm Michael Caine now.
The correct answer to the question is Kingsman, though, because they work as like a team. MI6, you're working alone, basically,
I like that.
outside of the Bond girl. But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, you
Bond.
do have that. You have that constant support from Merlin, and
Yeah.
I assume there's like 6 other Merlins for the other guys. Hopefully.
Maybe, I don't know. It's probably just one Merlin.
There's definitely just one Merlin.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Kingsman too.
Well, again, it's like it's a team thing. So which
Yeah.
one do I want to be a part of? I'd rather be a part of the Kingsman.
Yeah, I feel like they also have cooler shit.
But Bond is just out in isolation.
I kind of like Bond. I want to do Bond. I want to fight in the water like that one time for like 45 minutes.
Oh, Thunderball.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one because of that.
Yeah, the underwater
Aqua
harpoon fight.
Aqua harpoon fight.
All right, so you're going MI6 and we're Kingsman.
Yes, I'd rather be like off on my own, and I'd probably fuck it up like day one. James Bond. You're not supposed to tell me that, and then they shoot me. Like I'm the actual realistic one. Like, the agent? Yeah. Bang.
Sick.
It also feels like Kingsmen are way better hand to hand.
Yeah.
Whereas Bond and MI6 is typically more suited for
Well, the original
tactical or
yes, yeah,
brute force.
absolutely, and also the original James Bond from the books was incompetent. He was Archer. He was Archer.
Yeah.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was a drunk.
Definitely. I would want to be
Archer.
MI6
Archer is actually more accurate to the books
In the movies.
than the James Bond movies.
Oh, I'd rather do that
Well,
because I am incompetent.
so that's the thing
I fit
though.
in.
I'm thinking because Kingsman's a movie, so I'm comparing it to the movie.
Yeah.
Would I rather be Archer or would I rather be
Oh
a
yeah,
part
no,
of Kingsman?
I'd rather be Archer. That just seems like a fun life to live.
But that's because, again, Archer works as part of a team. Like he's in the office. Like
True.
if I just have to be a drunk smoking asshole, again, out on a fucking limb, and hopefully I stumble into figuring it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Didn't Finn do the math once and say in the course of one
You can figure
chapter,
it out.
in the course of one chapter, James Bond smoked like 78 cigarettes?
Oh. How long was the chapter?
Yeah, he smoked like 5 packs a day or something.
Yeah.
Like on average, he had like 110 cigarettes.
Just wheezing by the end of the book, trying to fight the villain.
Yeah. With like 50 drinks and like 100
Yeah.
plus cigarettes.
Yeah.
That puts a bigger emphasis on like the
Emphysema.
emphysema. Yeah, that's it. And what's his name? Goldfinger. You expect me to talk? No, I expect you to die.
That's right. I was saying, it's
This
not the
isn't a-
liver cancer, it should be the lung cancer.
It's not a threat. We're concerned. We're tying you down.
No, I expect
Stop
you to die.
smoking.
Yeah.
Because of this laser? No, you would just take terrible care of yourself.
With your lungs, sir.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the show. Stay up to date on all our videos. Thank you for listening wherever you're at. Subscribe there, whatever streaming service you're on. Keep spreading the word, too. We've made it to Bangladesh and India. And
We've been in India.
Yeah, we've been hit and miss in India. We've had like 2 months where we get like 6 downloads and then no downloads, and then we go back and forth.
Come on, a little bit of consistency, India, will ya?
Yeah, what the fuck? There was one other international country that we're into, but we're back in Canada. We took a break in Canada.
You had the travel ban?
Yeah, maybe. We had 0 downloads in Canada for like 3 months, and now we're back in Ontario. I think that's the province. I don't know.
Must be the NHL players
That's-
listening.
Yeah.
That's the Letterkenny province.
So yeah, it is. Yeah.
I it now.
So good, you.
Yeah, that's bad.
So keep
I'd have
spreading
a
the
root beer
word.
float.
Yeah, fuck, I'd have a root beer float. You can find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod, or on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks, and Facebook is Sarcasm Speaks. Until next time, good night, everybody.
Yeah.